season.
Okay. Good evening. At this time, we will call to order the board meeting for October 26, 2022. Trustee Burbett?
Here.
Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killelea?
Here.
Mayor LaRue? Absent. In the absence of the mayor, I would look for a motion to appoint Trustee Crowley as the temporary chairman of the board to chair this evening's meeting.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Caveney?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killelea?
Aye.
Motion carries.
If everyone will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for our veterans. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any local commissions or committee members that would like to be recognized this evening? Jean?
Jean Bartek, Beautification Committee.
Jason?
Jason Decker, Event Planning Committee.
Rich?
And
And Economic Development Committee.
That's right, that's right. I would now like to open the floor up for public comment. Anybody have any comments this evening? Fred?
Here I am. Evening, everybody. I understand what the problem is in town for myself. It's a semi-truck. I don't know why I'm living with this thing. According to Chief Delaney, the guy's been cited, but he continues to park there. I don't understand that. I don't understand why he keeps parking there. Do we have a lot of bark but no bite in our ordinance, or is that what it is?
Well, it's a municipal local ordinance, and there's a fee attached with it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
There's a fee attached with it. That's what the punishment is a fee if you don't comply.
Fine.
A fine, sorry.
And so he can still park there.
He can still get citations, yes.
Okay, the other thing is, we don't seem to have any consistency how we park our vehicles. For example, halfway on the easement right away, and the other half of your vehicle is sticking out in the streets. I don't know if that's permissible or not. We see it all around, not only on my side of town, but all around town. All what I'm saying, instead of pulling it up in the driveway because there's no room, and we're too lazy to park it on the street and have to get out and walk to the house, so we park it as close to the house as we can get. And a lot of times it's blocking the sidewalk.
Well, I believe our ordinance says we're not allowed to block the sidewalk. So if you want to give Chief Delaney those addresses, he can make sure that they get looked at and see if they've been cited for that before.
What about parking halfway up on the easement, and the back end of the vehicle standing, hanging out like 4 or 5 feet? Even though it's not further out than a parked car, I don't understand how we...
What do you mean the easement? I'm not quite sure what you mean.
You have a vehicle parked parallel
On the
to
apron?
curb. Pardon?
Your parkway you're talking about, right?
Right there.
But it's sidewalk and a curb.
Right, and it's hanging out. I mean,
Have to
it's
drive
not
that
even-
on the street.
No, you're not allowed to do that either. So, I mean, we would have to, I mean, again, I don't know, some of these officers may already be citing people for doing this, I don't know, but if you want to give Chief Delaney the addresses, he'd certainly have someone look into it and see how they're parking.
Well, I compliment the police department, but is there something wrong with our citizens in this town that something doesn't register, or they just rather pay the fine? No, they'd rather pay the fine.
I can't speak on the mentality of the residents, but also, like, you know, our guys are out there being proactive.
No,
I'm not saying that they're not. But if you see something, don't wait until the meeting to come tell us. Call and we'll get somebody over there, because by the time we get over there, I have them look into it, it might not be there. You know what I mean? So if they go address it at the time, maybe it curbs the behavior.
Well, put it this way, I don't like to bother the police department, I know they have a lot more important things than previous things that I'm complaining about. But when you live in a village so long as I have, now you kind of see everything changing, and nobody wants to conform. It's just like a ragtime town at times, to me, personally. So, that's why I'm up here now.
Certainly things that make you go, I get it. We all think that way.
And just out of curiosity, they're dropping off immigrants in these different towns, small towns. Is there a contingent plan for this village if they were having to be dumped here?
I haven't heard of that happening here. Are you aware of anything, Attorney Valdez?
Not in Midlothian, no.
I was just
I don't
wondering.
have, I have not heard.
They're dropping them off in these little villages now, and we're up to around 3,000. And even though I have a couple extra rooms, I know they're not coming to me, so I'm not ashamed to say that, so.
I haven't heard anything about
The
that.
village was prepared for something like that. So, okay, appreciate your time, and I'll enjoy the rest of the meeting, I'm sure. Thank you, Chief.
Anybody else this evening? Jean?
Last week, the beautification committee had a really good meeting, and if you haven't noticed, the flower boxes, all the petunias and the perennials, or the annuals, have been taken out, except grasses. In the next few weeks, you're gonna be seeing Christmas greens going in.
Nice.
And the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we're looking for volunteers to meet at 9 a.m. at the gazebo to help decorate and beautify and make Midlothian look like Christmas. So hopefully I'll see people out there, and, because we only have 4 people on the committee.
Do you have a flyer?
Pardon?
Do you have a flyer for it? Because you can get it to, if you get it to Ms. Harris, she can put it up on the village website too.
I
On
can
the
get one.
Facebook page.
I can get one made. I'll email it over to you. And that's, I think, it. But we're really excited, and we have a lot of big plans going on. So it should be a really festive, the village should look really festive.
Are we going to have the sleigh out there again this year?
Not the sleigh. I was thinking maybe the Grinch might show up in the sleigh.
Well, I've heard rumors on the Grinch showing up, and that's very scary to me.
Yeah. So, all right, well, that's it, and I hope to, I'll be talking more and more about getting people out to help decorate.
Thanks, Jean. Mr. Decker?
Yes. Well, first, just to clarify, if a vehicle's parked on the apron of the driveway, but the rear end of the car doesn't stick out further than a parked car would be on the street, is that not allowed?
Honestly, I gotta look that up in our ordinance
Okay.
as well. I haven't,
Well, because we do that at our house, because my truck's in the driveway, we don't block the sidewalk, but our short little Ford SUV,
off the top of my head, I can't
just
think
because
of
it's
that.
easier to pull in and out, so sorry, Fred, but I mean.
I'm just.
No,
you
he's
don't
talking
park
about
on the
when,
grass. I don't know, I didn't understand him fully.
I think he was saying that the back end is on the street.
Further than a parked car would be.
Correct.
if it was on the
Just the
street.
easement, just the easement, not the sidewalk or your driveway.
Or the apron. The apron is the easy one too.
Yeah, well, I think
Okay.
he referred to just the grass.
Yeah.
Well, let me know.
No, he's-
I'd rather find out from you
Exactly.
via email than a ticket on the car. The main reason I came up to speak is because Kathy, you were talking with the resident over on Kildare about the neighbor and grass in the backyard and some raccoons. Okay, so she wanted some clarification because she's unable to come to these meetings, but the mowing of people's property that don't maintain their front lawns, the village at a certain point sends somebody out to mow, and then,
No, not if it's occupied.
If it's occupied, it
No.
never gets mowed, they just continually.
The
get
village will not
citation.
mow it. They will
Oh, ever?
continue to get
That
citations.
was my misunderstanding.
If the property is occupied, the village will not step foot on the property, because that would be trespassing to mow it.
Well, I
We
wasn't sure
only
how
do
the
it on vacant
ordinances are written
properties.
with
Yeah.
being home rule and how
Yeah.
that works, and at what point then does something else happen?
Yeah.
When the grass becomes, this
Well, I'm pretty sure,
I mean, at some point, as he was talking about people paying fines, as we all can kind of say, legal for a cost. People that choose that may drive a truck and make a lot of money can afford to pay a ticket every week because they make good money. But the other thing is with, I believe it's going to be a civil issue, but with the lack of maintenance on this yard has now caused a family of 19 raccoons to have to be removed, which cost over close to $1,000.
Kathy, is this the house over on?
Not
No?
related to our Costner.
Okay,
No.
okay.
No, this is a
Kildare.
different.
Oh,
And
Kildare,
the
sorry.
building department has been over there and has cited this
Oh,
homeowner.
She showed me
And
the email that it's continuously
she-
being cited, but yet nothing's being done, so.
so Mark could probably speak to this. Do you know the house we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, Kathy.
Exact address,
Well,
but I know Kathy's
Yeah,
involved.
Kathy Dvorak has been involved in this, and I know that the homeowner cut her front lawn, but she hasn't cut her backyard. So, Kathy has gone over to speak to her, has left door hangers, she's been cited. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. I don't know why this homeowner is refusing to cut her
It's
backyard.
exhausting for this resident, and she's just kind of at wit's end because citation after citation, and nothing's being done in the backyard, which she let the inspector go on her property to see what's going on in the backyard. But does the ordinance have anything to do with backyards, or is it just the front yard?
No, she's supposed to cut the backyard too.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, no, it's the whole entire
Well,
property.
that's what
not-
she was kind of,
Yeah, no, it's the whole entire property.
Attorney
Okay.
Valdez, maybe you could give some opinions or some ideas on other avenues at some point?
Well, sure. With most of these cases in non-compliance, they're civil matters. They're what they call P-tickets, which means they come here in a municipal, they're civil actions. Typically for municipalities to actually go on property, there has to be an emergency, health, safety, welfare issue, or like I said, some sort of emergency.
right.
The next step to get to the point is that after citations have been written and the person refuses to comply, then the next step would be for us to go to court and file an action in Markham for a nuisance to get an order from a judge for us to go onto the property and cut it. The problem with that is with several thousand houses in Midlothian, each one of those actions can cost $3,000 to $5,000 depending upon how hard they fight. And obviously, citizens sometimes don't want to see all of their money going towards getting someone to mow their lawn, which is not to say that I
I will go on record to say I don't want $3,000 to get somebody to mow their lawn. There's other ways to apply pressure.
But certainly if,
It's
and
a civil,
that's
it's a
why.
civil, at
Yeah.
this point, it's a civil issue. There's nothing else the village can do other than cite the resident.
And that's why we wait so long to take legal action, simply because a circuit court judge is going to schedule it for a briefing and hearing, and next thing you know, we're 90 days down the road, and the judge is able to convince the person to mow the lawn.
Or
So,
the season changes?
right. And that's why, we don't typically do it unless it's an egregious case.
Okay. That's kind of what I assumed, but on behalf of the resident, she wanted me to come and ask me some answers. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you want to step up? If you could just state your name and address?
Maureen Greenwald, 14800 Kettler. I wonder if the person living there is elderly or cannot do it?
If that were the case, then the village would reach out to them and would offer them assistance, and that was something I was going to bring up. If we found out that we did have a resident who was, just had surgery and couldn't get out to cut their lawn, and in fact, Kathy Dvorak has come across several situations like that where she's out in the field all the time. She's gotten to know a lot of our residents, and one in particular, there was a home that was always impeccable, and she noticed the grass wasn't being cut, and things looked out of order than they usually did, and she happened to see the resident out, and she stopped and asked him, how he was doing and what was going on, and if he needed any help, and I think his wife had just had surgery or something. So she said, all right, well, I just wanted to check on you. If you need help, call the village. We can get someone to cut your grass if you need, and, he was able to get it taken care of, but
yeah, the village will always help a resident that
Yeah.
is in need, but this doesn't seem to be the case that I am aware of. Yeah, but thank you.
Anybody else? Then I'll close the floor to public comment, and we will move to the consent agenda. On this evening's consent agenda, we have the approval to purchase UTM training rounds and 5 conversion kits at a cost not to exceed $3,386.09. Number 2, approval to enter into an agreement with Power DMS for digital management software at a cost not to exceed $7,723.89. The first year will be paid by our insurance carrier. Number 3, approval of the Village of Midlothian's 2023 healthcare rates. Number 4, approval of ordinance 2107, revising the renaming of Title VI, Chapter 5 of the Village of Midlothian Municipal Code providing for the regulation and abatement of noise. Number 5, approval to reappoint and add Plan Commission members to include Louis Seja, Sue Surya, Jay Johnson, and Maureen Greenwald. Number 6, approval of the September 2022 Administration Department Monthly Report. Number 7, approval of the September 2022 Building Department Monthly Report. Number 8, approval of the September 2022 Fire Department Monthly Report. Number 9, approval of the September 2022 Police Department Monthly Report. Number 10, approval of the September 2022 Public Works Department Monthly Report. Number 11, approval of the September 2022 Treasurer's Report. Number 12, approval of the September 21, 2022 Committee Board Meeting Minutes. And number 13, the approval of the list of bills. Is there anybody that would like any of the consent agenda items taken off this evening?
Yes, I'd like number 5 taken off.
Then I'd be, can I make a motion? Or do I have to have someone else make it?
I think the motion's already been made.
Motion.
To approve. Do I have a motion to approve this?
We don't have a motion.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Ask for motion to consent.
I'd like for a motion to approve bills, the consent agenda number 1 through 13 minus number 5, the approval and reappointment and add Plaid Commission members to include Louis Seja, Sue Surya, Jay Johnson, and Maureen Greenwald.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry, no. Roll call, please. Wrong meeting.
Trustee Kami?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killy?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now I'd like to have, would someone like to make a motion to approve number 5, the approval and reappointment and add Plan Commission members to include Louis Seja, Sue Surya, Jay Johnson, and Maureen Greenwald.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Oh, you didn't want, you just didn't want on the consent agenda? Oh, okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Kami?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Present.
Trustee Killy?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to trustee Biz.
May I interrupt for just one moment? I just wanted to
No.
say,
I
with
have
regard,
wanted to say that
with-
for 4 years.
I'm going to talk anyway.
Shocking.
With regards to our Plan Commission, Plan Commission members Louis Seja, Sue Surya, and Jay Johnson have been on the Plan Commission for several years, and I would like to introduce Maureen Greenwald. She is our newest Plan Commission member. Thank you very much for coming, Maureen. So Maureen is a lifelong resident of Midlothian, went to St. Chris, right? Went to St. Chris, still lives here in town, and Maureen and I met many, many moons ago when we were both appointed to the Economic Development Committee by Mayor Morawski. So I've known Maureen for a long time. She and I worked very well together on the EDC back then, and I I just felt like she would be a very, very good addition to our plan commission, and I asked her if she would like to be part of it, and she graciously agreed, so welcome.
Welcome.
Okay.
Now moving on to
Thank you.
trustee trustee business, trustee Johnson.
Thank you. I'd like to, under my business, in the board docs document, you've been given the final version of the Village of Midlothian Employee Handbook. And I have a printed copy, it's 71 pages. So this is why I only printed one. I'd like to first of all thank Jackie Harris for putting it together, taking all 4 parts which you had previously approved, put it into one document. The village attorney suggested that we put it into one document and have a final vote so that we have an approved employee handbook by which all the employees that are non-union will know kind of the rules of the road related to how the village is going to be conducted from an employee point of view. So I wanted to ask if there were any questions, if you had a chance, at that time to read through 77 pages of it. Hopefully it helped you go to sleep.
And just to clarify, it doesn't apply to non-unions to the extent that the bargaining agreements conflict with it.
Yes, thank you. And if there aren't any questions, I'd like to have it approved next week. I'm not sure if we have a consent agenda next week.
No.
Or do I just bring it up as,
Could you just put it for approval?
and I appreciate everybody's input in the past, and I'm very excited that we have something for our employees.
Great job, Kathy. Trustee, is that it?
I'm done.
All right, trustee Burback.
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Hilly?
Nothing tonight, ma'am.
Trustee Kelly?
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Cavaney?
You skipped right over me.
I don't get to do this often, so I have to have fun when I can.
Don't you think for 1 minute I'm not going to have something to say? I just wanted to remind everybody that our Fall Fest is this Sunday, October 30th, from noon until 2. The weather is supposed to be beautiful. I don't know if you remember last year, but it poured cats and dogs all day long. So we were not able to have our event last year. However, this year, the weather's supposed to be pretty favorable, 59 and partly sunny. So the scarecrows are being added day by day. We've got pumpkins, we've got treat bags. And so we hope you will come out and join us on Sunday.
And when will the winner be announced?
The winner will be announced, all the winners will be announced the following Wednesday, next Wednesday's committee meeting.
Should we congratulate Ms. Harris now?
No.
Just want to make sure.
We'll take potbellies.
I'm not leaving the boundaries of the village for lunch. You might get peanut butter and jelly out of my kitchen.
Kathy, what time?
Oh, noon to 2.
I have nothing under my business. Department heads, Chief Delaney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Police Department erected their scarecrow today.
It looks very nice.
The Bremen criminal justice students that helped us build it and came up with the idea. So for the sake of our Bremen students, we hope just for a fair judge, they get a fair chance at that. So that's all I have now.
Thank you, sir.
And I would suggest next year maybe not put it in the middle of Bears Gate, but.
Well, it's always on Sunday, from noon to 2.
Just easy, man.
Superintendent Surf?
Nothing this evening, ma'am.
Deputy Clerk Clacky? Superintendent Sperry?
Nothing tonight.
Engineer Huss?
Thank you very much. Just wanted to provide a few updates. Obviously, as discussed at the last board meeting, the paving program and 147th Street water main projects are both wrapped up. We want to provide an update on the Jolly Homes grant. We should have draft plans to Cook County for their review pre-advertisement next week. And related to the RTA grant, which the village has selected Robinson. That is a federally funded project, so the grants do need to go to IDOT as draft, which they have. IDOT has not returned them. I have, because of that lag time, I have reached back out to not RTA, SSMA/CMAP to make sure that the funding shifts to a different year.
Is IDOT taking an unusually long time? Do we need to like reach out to one of our state reps to chat with them to see if they can
I think it's across the
give
board.
IDOT a nudge
Manatee
to
Creek's the
respond?
same thing.
I wish I could say, I agree that it is an unusually long time. I would not consider it unusual for IDOT.
Okay.
We're still waiting for permits, right, for the FLAC, or LPRs?
Yes.
And that's been, what, a year, 8 months?
Probably close to you.
Yeah,
We had to get IDOT permits
yeah.
even though it's on Pulaski, which is a county
And
road?
Cicero,
We need it for 147th and
Cicero.
147th and Cicero for what?
They're-
any
that-
of the ones that are on
That's where
147th.
they're-
or any of the
where
ones
the-
that are on 60th.
Oh, right, I
Yeah.
know that, but are you saying you need an IDOT permit for the police station?
No, for
Oh.
the cameras we ordered, for the
Oh, sorry.
LPRs,
Misunderstood.
not cameras.
Okay. Engineer Huss, I believe Robinson, the first step of the Jolly Homes project was you were gonna sewer jet the sewers and camera them? or-
That was what I was referring to as far
Clean
as.
and televised.
I mean
Oh, okay.
televised.
That portion of things, yes.
That has been done?
No, that is what I'm referring to. That's got to get to the county to approve so we can go out to bid.
Wait, I'm confused.
It's a county grant.
Huh?
So the
No.
county has to approve the plans.
No, I realize that, but I thought that the very first step with the Jolly Homes grant was you were going to bid out the sewer jet and televising of the sewers, and those bids were supposed to go out in July, and the work was supposed to be done in August, before plans were being sent out. I thought you were gonna jet the sewers to clean out.
That is the schedule, yes. The most recent step we did was, I don't understand why we need to get one for that course of work, but the county did need to submit for an environmental review internally, which has not been returned, but some years.
So we're still waiting to get the blessing from the county so that you can jet the sewers?
We have that in hand now.
Okay,
The county will review the bid documents like they would any
right.
CDBG
Yeah,
development project. That is what's going to the county next. Once that returns, which should be a very quick process, we basically go immediately to advertisement.
Right, but what about jetting the sewers? I thought.
For that work.
Okay, I thought that the bids for jetting the sewer were supposed to go out in August.
I just say that the county is, in this case, faster than IDOT, but not fast.
Okay, so, all right. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. So,
That portion of
That's
the project
important.
is also funded out of the grant.
no, I know
That also has
that.
to- every-
But I was not aware that we had to go to the county and IDOT to get permission just to clean out the sewers.
We're using federal funds through the county.
Please.
Yeah.
For some-
Yeah,
Okay,
Every step of the way.
thank you.
okay, so when did all those documents go to the county for review?
The environmental review has been back for about 2 weeks.
And now what is it that we're waiting on?
We are sending them the full bid package for that work,
The full bid package
Which they
just
will-
for the jetting?
which they will review to make sure it includes all their various requirements, EEO, their specifications, which are unique to projects that use that grant money, and to make sure that that's all included in what we send out to contractors.
So we're waiting on all this just to jet the sewers? Okay. Are we even hopeful that we'll be able to get this done before winter?
I believe we will.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Anything else, Engineer House?
No, that is all I have, Dave.
Ms. Harris?
Just looking forward to our fourth win. The announcement next Monday, I believe it is. That's all. I have nothing else.
Treasurer Britton?
Nothing, Madam Mayor.
Village Attorney, Mr. Valdez?
I just wanted to clarify something from the earlier discussion regarding enforcement of the village code and writing citations. There are other things that happen when someone ignores a citation and doesn't pay it. We send it to collections, and we also have the ability, if it reaches a high enough amount, to go ahead and file a lien on the property. So if a lien is filed on the property, that property owner cannot sell that property until that lien is satisfied. If it goes to collection, that homeowner may not be able to get the optimal home loan, car loan, or credit card rate because of these grass cutting liens. So I just want to make clear that in the past, the village has gone to file a lien, and we're willing to do it in the future. It doesn't make sense for someone to sustain that kind of financial damage because they don't want to mow their lawn.
Thank you.
Anything else, Attorney Valdez?
That's it.
Clerk Moss?
I'm sorry, are we going to talk about the Halloween trick-or-treating hours too? You want to reiterate that?
Sure. Clerk Mosco?
I have nothing to say.
And under President LaRue's business, I just wanted to mention that Bremen High School National Honor Society will again be conducting their annual food drive this year. The food drive will be from November 7th through November 18th. Students will be soliciting donations from residents by placing a paper grocery bag with Burcott's coupon and a flyer attached to it on the front porch of residents' homes during the week of November 7th through the 11th. The following week, the 14th through the 18th, students will pick up the bags. Please keep an eye out for this, and please support it. It's a great cause. It goes, all of the donated food will be delivered to the pantry at St. Stephen's, St. Vincent de Paul, at St. Christopher's on Saturday, the 19th, between 8 and 11. The police department will be notified of all activity taking place, and student drivers will be screening and assisting to make sure that all laws are complied with. And Trustee Killerly would like to add trick-or-treating hours for this Monday, Halloween, 3 p.m. to 7. Anybody have anything else I missed?
Nope.
With that, I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a safe Halloween.